around. They're in just about every white family in America. You never see a white person going against the Klan. Oh, they're doing it now to fool you. That's the conspiracy. Like up in Charlottesville, when they came and pulled all those Confederate statues down and the flags and whatnot, white people was out there protesting. See, we are deceived every day. They want you to think they're on your side. What Chris Rock tell you? He said, I live in $1 million neighborhood. He said, I go to all the white people parties. He said, but when I leave, he said, I know the nigger jokes come out.
Yes.
Didn't he say that? I know the nigger jokes come out, meaning they really don't like me. What they like is your money.
That's right.
That's what they like. Let's go to our next clip. Let's look at this word right here. Excuse me, let's go to Psalm 83:3. Where's Brother Sekou? He's in the house. All right, Brother Sekou.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. The English Standard Version. They lay crafty plans against your people. They consult together against your treasured ones.
Hallelujah. Let's look at this. Who is they? Your enemy. Because the Creator is talking to the prophet to tell Israel they have taken crafty counsel. They're conspiring against you. Against your people, right? Crafty plans. So you know that the book is not spooky because that's what they're doing today.
Come on.
As we live and breathe, we see this European actually taking counsel against us every day. We're murdered in the street and they take counsel to protect the one that murdered you.
Yeah, they sure do.
Isn't that right?
Yeah.
But here's the important thing. And consulted against thy hidden ones, or they consult together against your treasured ones. Who is that? That's your children. It's your children that you treasure the most. It's your children you try to hide from danger. Isn't that right?
Yes, sir.
Did not Jochebed, Moses' mother, put him in a basket and push him down the Nile to hide him from being murdered? Did not Joseph and Mary take Yeshua into Egypt, Kemet, to hide him from Herod, from being murdered? So your treasured ones are your hidden ones are those children because they're what? They're your future.
That's right.
Oh, brother, we become so dumb we don't even hide the treasured ones anymore.
Come on, bro.
We let the world have our treasured ones.
Yes.
You go on social media and y'all know it. I post it all the time. Missing child, missing child, missing child, kidnapped child, looking for my baby. Somebody help me find it. Repost this for me. It's heartbreaking, isn't it? We don't even try to protect them anymore. The cracker does anything they want to our children publicly and in the schools. Back in the day, you hit me and I went home and told mama. Mama took me by the hand and took me back to school. She was going to confront the teacher. We don't do anything to protect the hidden ones and the treasured ones anymore. And we wonder why now, not only are they dying, not only are they missing, why is it that they're behaving the way they behave? We took the God out of us and the God is out of us. They have nothing more to imitate. Because all children do, when you ask that question, what's wrong with the children? Nothing. They're imitating the adults. They do what you do.
That's right.
They act the way you act. They behave the way you behave. They think the way you think. Children are very, very attentive. Even if they're doing this. And you think they're not paying attention, everything you're talking about is being soaked in. Every curse word, foul word, nasty word, every negative thing you say about your brother and your sister, he or she got it. Then when they say it, you're ready to smack them across the mouth. Leave them alone. But the Creator said they're plotting against you. They're taking your little ones. Now he has warned us. We're living it. Let's go to the next verse. Verse 4 of Psalm 83.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Come on, brother.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
What is their plan? Their plan is to cut you off from being a nation, that your name will no longer be remembered. Look at the two words. Cut you off from being a nation means to annihilate you. That your name be remembered means that you no longer exist. This devil wants you out the picture. But he wants your woman. That's why I said in the beginning, he's not trying to kill the black female. The black male, yes, but not the black female, because we're going to use the black female to reproduce more of ourselves and get that goddess gene out of her. That's why they push them white boys on those sisters. That's why the white man running behind the black woman. That's why they got the two little beautiful black children that they called in the past nappy-headed monkeys, Serena and Venus Williams. Now they walking them down. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Robert De Niro. He brag about how he loved black women.
Yes, yes, yes.
Brag about it. They coming after our sisters. Brothers have been punkified, gayified, sissified. They don't want the beautiful black woman anymore. They're looking at each other. But we're steadily calling ourselves gods and goddesses. They're wiping us out.
Yes.
This prophecy is here. So when brothers and sisters say the Bible is a book of spookism, how is it spookism when it's actually taking place before your eyes? Stop listening to them niggas who don't read and study, but sit back and regurgitate from other niggas who don't read and study and don't know anything and get you off your path and off your course. Let's go to verse 5, Psalm 83.
For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee.
For they have consulted together with what? One consent, meaning they unified. The Creator is telling you there's no good white person amongst them. They're all unified against you. He didn't say some of them. He said they have what? Consulted, conspired, planned, plotted, worked together with one consent. That's like Queen Sarah said, they're on one accord. We can't come together on one consent for nothing. We're too busy conspiring against ourselves. We conspire against each other in business. We conspire against each other where? At home, in the home. We conspire against one another in the communities. We conspire against each other in religion. Everything, even in sports. And we don't own one team. We conspire against each other even in sports. Let's look at that word though. They are confederate against thee. Let's go to this word confederate. Can we scroll?
Yes, sir.
Let's look at this word confederate. Read that for us, brother.
To unite in a league or alliance together.
What do y'all hate about America? That confederacy.
Yes.
That word confederate is to unite in a league or alliance to hold together. If they can do this, what's wrong with the God and the goddesses?
Come on, brother.
We were kings and queens. We were great warriors and scholars, and we cannot unite to buy a city block. But we complain every time someone moves in our neighborhood and prospers.
True.
They become rich. Did you not know that most Arabs, Koreans, or whomever move into your neighborhood? You know in that 7-year period, most of them become millionaires. They're tax-free. They've been set up by the government. They got all this free money coming in, right?
Yes.
Then most of them do what? Illegal business in your community.
True.
They sell drugs in their stores. Guess who they prostitute? They prostitute young, ignorant black females through their stores. Giving them a little something here and a little something, a free bag of chips or soda. This is reality. This is the reality we don't want to hear and want to face. I don't never see it. You're not going to see it. What fool will let you see it? Let you see him do his crime?
That's right.
No one will allow you to do that. Right?
That's correct.
But they do it undercover. Everybody has a confederate against us, and we can't even get together to bust a grape. That's an ignorant people. And if a black business raised up in the black community, it doesn't last long. Why? Because we don't support it. But everybody else rises up in the black community, we in and out the door. It's like a revolving door. We don't ask for a bargain. We don't ask them for a discount. But when we come upon our own, we're already conspiring how we're going to, what? Jew each other down. I'm going to use the old word. I don't care if a Jew see this. The Jew you down, right? Let's go to number 7, please. So the Creator told us the enemy is conspiring against us. He have a confederate. All of these Confederate flags, see, y'all thought it was just one. But all of these Confederate flags were birthed out of this flag. See, Negroes running around the country tearing this flag down. Talking about making a change. And every time you go other places, they fly this one on your job, at every sports game, and they get you to stand up and do this. And they got a problem with Colin Kaepernick taking a knee. Every one of these flags that was conspired against you came out of this one, because this was the first Confederate flag that enslaved your ancestors. Isn't that right?
That's right.
So it breaks my heart when I ride down the street or you riding somewhere and you see a nice home and Negroes coming out with a pole and the American flag flying in the air. How foolish and ignorant can we be? I often wonder why the Moors fly that flag. You said the land is originally yours. Why you got this flag? It's not yours. You see how everybody got brainwashed. Not just one group, all of us been tricked by the enemy. I use that flag for a doormat. When you come in my house, you can wipe your feet. That's all it's good for. The horrors under these flags started here. We were enslaved under this flag, raped under this flag, burned, brutalized, lynched. They cut off both male and female private parts under this flag.
Yes, sure did.
They did some nasty, horrible things under this flag. They used our little babies for gator bait.
Yes.
Under this flag. And some of those crackers had the audacity to do it for fun.
Yes, sir.
And we said, there's some good white people. The only good one, Baba Musa, is one who will give us back the reparation. Go to the bank and get everything your daddy earned from my people and hand it over to me. I might call you good. There you go, Baba. Let's go to number 8. Brothers and sisters, they're conspiring against us, but we are not doing anything. Let's look at Jeremiah 11:9.
And the Lord said unto me, a conspiracy is found among the men of Judah and among the inhabitants of Jerusalem.
All right.
Now that's you. That's us. That's me. That's we. The only people we conspire against is ourselves. Yahweh said there's a conspiracy found among the men of Yahudah and the inhabitants of Yahweh Shalom. We didn't conspire back then against the enemies. We were conspiring against ourselves back then, and we're conspiring against ourselves today. Because the enemy back then is the same enemy today. He taught you to hate yourself. When you hate yourself, you can't see the real enemy because you only see the enemy in the mirror. So every day you punching at the enemy that looks like you and walk like you and live where you live and act like you act and talk the way you talk. You are conspiring against the same person that's dying beside you. How is that possible? If we're such gods and goddesses, kings and queens, what did the devil do to our brains to cause us to have a terrible fall? Remember in the beginning of the book of Genesis, it said the man and the woman did what? They walked with God. It said they talked with God. What kind of trickery did this devil use to keep us from now walking with God and talking with God. You can't bring up the word God anymore. That's spookism too. I'm God. You are a God, said Psalm 82:6. It never said you were the God. I'd have told y'all before, I'm going to say it again. I would not worship a God who had to sit on the toilet and wipe his butt.
That's right.
What kind of God is that? I would not worship a God that I got to lower in the ground because death defeated him. If you are the God and you have to die, then death is your God. Isn't that right? Absolutely. So the Creator said the only people we're conspiring against, see, we've been getting a warning for over 2,000 years. We've been warned. The Most High said, come back unto me. Said, repent and return to me. The Most High said, unify. The Most High said, what? Annihilate your enemies. Now, it's in the book.
Yeah, it sure is.
You start from Genesis and read through it. God always told his people, destroy them.
That's right.
He always told the prophet to lead the people and say, go into the land. Isn't that right? How did Joshua get that promised land? That land flowing with milk and honey. What did he tell Joshua? He told Joshua, go in and take the land. What did he say? Burn everything. He said, destroy what? He said, destroy the young as well as the old. He says, a matter of fact, this is the God they worship on Sundays in church. He says, a matter of fact, kill every animal. Don't take nothing that belongs to them. In other words, when you burn everything down, what are you doing? You're purifying the land. You're purging it. We're in America and America's defiled. But it's not the land that's nasty, it's the people that's nasty. So if we can unify and annihilate them as they're trying to annihilate us, if we conspire back.
Right. It's over.
See, I don't want to go to that place of worship. That preacher always talking about killing. I'm not talking about killing, I'm talking about living.
That's right.
Come on, bro.
He's trying to kill me, I'm talking about living. Now, if I kick in that door and you live in this house, I kick that door in, the first thing the man in that house is going to do is grab his gun and kill me. He's not going to ask me why I'm in his house, right? I have invaded his household. His first act is to retaliate. Every day our house gets kicked in. Not physically, but mentally, spiritually, socially, financially, etc., etc. They kick in our door and they murder us. And we stand still. Oh, it's not just the Christians. All of us are standing still. Because I haven't seen yet a black group fight the white man back. Am I wrong? You tell me about it. I haven't seen one. Why? Because still in the back of their psyche, we fear him. I don't care what Negroes say. We're scared of him. We're scared of him. We run from him.
Yes, we do.
But we never fight him back. Let's go to the next clip. Mark chapter 3 verse 6 and Surah 8:30 of the Quran.
The Pharisees went out and immediately held counsel with the Herodians against him, how to destroy him. Surah 8:30. And remember, O Muhammad, when those who disbelieve plotted against you to restrain you or kill you or evict you from Makkah. But they plan and Allah plans, and Allah is the best of planners.
Allahu Akbar. Here we're talking about Yahshua, whom they now call Jesus. Here we're talking about the Prophet Muhammad. What did they try to do to both of them? Kill him. Who tried to kill him? His people. Their people. The believers, the unbelievers, were those Muhammad was trying to make believers. The Herodians were black. They weren't white. King Herod in your Bible was a black man. These were the Negropeans of that time.
Come on.
Because the Negropeans feared you taking their position and their power. Another reason we cannot elevate ourselves, we cannot conspire together because we're too busy constantly killing those whom the God has sent to save us. Every time the Most High sent us a strong leader, we try to kill him. No, dog, that ain't true. Don't y'all know a black person tried to kill Marcus Garvey first? Don't you know a black woman stabbed Dr. King first? Don't you know black men pulled the trigger for the government on Malcolm?
Yeah.
Don't y'all remember that?
Yes, sir.
Was not a black man who turned and told where Nat Turner was hiding?
Yes.
Was not Negroes trying to tell where Harriet was running?
Yes.
Isn't that right? If you study history on all of our strong leaders before the European murdered them, black people, Negroes, black woman shot powerful singer Sam Cooke. Say he tried to fight her. Sam was murdered because Sam had what? Sam had all his masters. Right? He owned his music. Isn't it strange that Michael Jackson owned all his music? Prince owned all his masters? Where are they today? Bingo. Powerful, no matter what position you're in, if you have power, they're going to get rid of you.
Yeah.
And they can do it because we don't have a unified body nowhere in America to protect ourselves. Now you got these rich musicians and entertainers and rappers who got millions and millions, but half of them faggots.
Yep.
They don't have to murder them. You dead already, you can't produce another one. Huh? I ain't never seen a baby come out of a man's butt. I mean, if it has happened, you tell me. I'm real with it. He don't have a vagina. So I've never seen a baby come out the back end. That's where the waste comes from. So you can't produce another one like yourself from the backside. So he knows that one is already dead. Give him all the millions. What is he going to do with it? Nothing but give it right back to us. So really, he's not rich. Rich, like Malcolm says, owning land. Rich is running your own nation. That's why they didn't like the Honorable Marcus Garvey and Honorable Elijah Muhammad. They built what? Nations. They had governments within the government. They had their own flag that the white man had to bear witness to and recognize as a national flag. To this day, the Nation of Islam flag and Marcus Garvey is a recognized governmental flag. They don't have to bow to no one. We don't want to unify. So we keep killing off the leaders who are trying to raise us up. That's another reason we're failing. Let's go back to some more conspiracy. Let's go to our next clip. Let's see what's going on here. The law of reciprocity. Read that for us, Brother Sekou.
Law of Ma'at. Which you give, you also take in return.
Come on.
From reciprocate to respond in a like manner.
This is the ancient Kemetic law of Ma'at. One of the principles of the order of Ma'at is the law of reciprocity. Some call it the Sanskrit word karma. But what it is it is the law of return. If you give good, good is supposed to come back to you. Yeah. But if you give evil, evil is supposed to be given to you in the return. The law of reciprocity from your ancient Kemetic ancestors says, what you give, you also take in. If the white man gave me slavery, why aren't you giving him slavery? If he took your land, why aren't you taking his land? That is reciprocity. From the word reciprocate, to respond in like manner. You're supposed to respond to him the way he responds to you. That's reciprocity. Reciprocity is not him doing something evil to you and you praying to whatever God you praying to, hoping something bad happens to you. In the Bible, in the Quran, reciprocity said eye for an eye.
That's right.
Tooth for a tooth. Life for, hold on, brother. Life for a life. Head for a head. Burning for a burning. And stripe for a stripe. They burn your ancestors. We ain't burned one yet. Stripe, that's a lash. They lashed us. We haven't lashed one yet. Jesus came to change that. That's why I'm always attacked on when I speak this way. Matthew chapter 5 verses 17 and 18. Yahshua said, think not that I came to destroy the law nor the prophet. Meaning I didn't come to destroy the law of Moses, the law of the prophet, nor the teachings of the prophet. He said I came to give you a better understanding. And that's what we still need today, that better understanding. Because the God said, if he take your eye, take his eye.
That's right.
That's what he meant when he said an eye for an eye. Then one brother minister told me years ago, but you got to forget, the Lord said, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. I said, he did say that, brother. But how do God take vengeance? Through his people.
All the time.
That's right.
Every time God wanted to take vengeance against his enemy, read the book. Don't trust me. Go from Genesis to Revelation. Every time that God wanted to take vengeance for his people, he used his people to do the job. He got tired of Goliath bad mouthing Israel and cursing Yahweh. So what did he do? Because there were cowards in the army, that's what the book said, they were afraid to fight Goliath. He raised up one named David.
That's right.
David said, I killed a lion, I killed a bear. If I kill a lion and a bear, I can kill a man.
Come on.
Isn't that right? It said David took up what? 5 smooth stones. He only needed 1. Because when you fight for God, God fights the battle for you.
Yeah, that's right.
And when David dropped Goliath by planting that stone in the middle of his head, he didn't stop there. David said, I want to make sure he did. The scripture says he ran up on Goliath, took Goliath's sword, cut his head off and held it high. So the Philistines can see it. I got your giant now. We got to cut the head off of America.
Yes, sir.
That's why the giant is defeating us, because our leaders, so-called leaders and preachers and teachers and warriors and revolutionaries are afraid to run up and fight the giant. We want to do a lot of lip service. I'm tired of the giant.
Come on, brother.
I'm dealing with hair, been dealing with hair from this giant all my life. I'm tired of this giant. I'm ready for this giant to die. I'm ready to respond in like manner. So I told my wife many a day, please pull me over. I'm going to be courteous. I'm going to be kind. What did I do, sir? Yes, sir. No, sir. But if he decides he want to try to put a billy club on me or beat me or do anything, one of us got to die that day.
That's right.
That's right, brother.
One of us got to die.
Yeah.
Because my father didn't raise us to be punks. And my mother taught me to hit back. She taught me reciprocity. Respond in like manner. Who else mother told you? When you go to school and somebody hit you, you better hit them back. That's the law of reciprocity.
Teach it, brother.
How come we knew that in elementary school and we grown folks now dumb as hell? Don't know how to strike back. They're murdering your young women and murdering your young men. They're making fools out of black folks in America. They're taking your most precious things. That's your future generation. And they're killing them before your eyes, and all we do is protest. Tired of that too. Find one of theirs.
That's right. Get them.
Responding like manner. That's reciprocity. Y'all killed a 12-year-old black youth yesterday. Tomorrow, let them find a 12-year-old white youth. That's reciprocity. I believe my father's teachings were true as a youth. He sat around a table and he said this. He said, if we had hung one white man after they lynched the first black man, there would have been no more lynchings.
That's right. Yes.
I remember that all through my life. If we respond in like manner, the cracker would stop.
Yes, he would.
Yes.
Y'all know it. How you get a bully off you? Once you hit him back, he doesn't bully you anymore, right? Who as a youth had a bully?
All the time.
And you ran from that bully and ran from that bully, and one day you stood still and you took it. And after that, I had a bully no more.
That's right.
That ended that because the bully realized now he's going to fight back. And I don't like getting hit neither. That's the key. Fight them back. I told you from Genesis to Revelation, right?
Yes.
Let's look at Revelation. Let's go to Revelation. 18 verses 5 and 6 of the book of Revelation.
For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God have remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded
Come
you,
on now, brother.
and double unto her double according to her works.
That's right.
And the cut which she have filled, fill to her double.
All right.
Double for you.
Now, it was a conspiracy to teach the black man in America that the Bible was a book of spookism and that the Bible was written by the white man, because as long as you thought it was written by the white man, you wouldn't read it. And if it was spookism, you wouldn't believe in it.
Right.
But this book was written by the hands of black writers, inspired by the black God.
That's right.
So in the book of Revelation 18, this is after the black God tells you, come out of Babylon. Come out of her, my people, because she is what? Fallen is fallen, and it's become a habitation of every defiled and evil bird.
Yeah.
That chapter tells you where God said, I'm going to start getting her now. Now listen, vengeance is mine, said the Lord. This talks about the vengeance of God. But let's look at it carefully. For her sins have reached unto me. In other words, I'm tired of her. So the God said, what? I have remembered her iniquity. Now it's time for me to get my vengeance on her. You living in that time. He said, reward her. Wait a minute, who is he talking to? He's talking to his people, his chosen people, his holy people. He said, now take out my vengeance. That is. He said, reward her, meaning give unto her as she rewarded you. He said, but don't do it like she did it to you. Double her portion. Put it on a 2 times harder. Then she put it on you. And as a matter of fact, the Creator said, the cup in which she has filled, fill it double. In other words, you know when David said in 23rd Psalm, my cup runneth over. When you conspire and put that retribution back on her, let her cup runneth over. Let her know the black man and the black woman been there.
That's right.
Let her cry be heard from America to Europe. So the Europeans will know they're coming for us soon. In other words, God said, I'm working through you, my people. But you have become cowardly. And you're only conspiring against yourself. And I'm trying to unify you as a holy people and a holy nation to stop fighting back. It wasn't until they gave us the Western concept of religion that we lost our mind, became weak.
Come on, brother.
Thinking that we're supposed to love everybody and everything. God doesn't love everybody and everything. The God said in the book of Malachi chapter 1, he says 2 brothers, Jacob and Esau. He said Esau I love and Jacob I hated. So if God hate, I can hate.
Right.
I got to hate with a righteous hate.
Yes.
Yahshua said, he said, be not angry without a cause. So if I got a cause to be angry, I'm supposed to be angry.
Yeah.
See, Negroes been telling me through the church for years, bro, don't get angry. Anger is a sin. Anger is a sin. No, Yahshua said, don't be angry without a cause. But if I cause you to be angry, you're supposed to be angry.
All right, all right. Yes, sir.
That's why I'm angry. I'm supposed to be angry in 2019. I'm still living like I'm in 1818.
Yes, sir.
Still oppressed. Still jobless. Still hungry. Still fighting for my living. Still trying to get ahead. Every time I move forward, I get knocked 3 steps back.
Yes, sir.
Sweating like a dog to work and build, only to have it what? Taken from you. I'm tired now. I'm ready for some retribution. I'm ready to get my land back. What are you talking about, Africa? No, I'm talking about the world. The world belongs to the black man and woman. Africa is your place of birth, but the whole world is your home. We were here before any man. The white man and the red man. Negroes running around talking about they're Native American. You ain't no Native American. Darn fools. Showing pictures of people with 6 ether hair. And you sitting here with 9 ether pink and nappy hair. Talking about that's my ancestor. What happened to your hair? Come on, it don't make any sense, does it? You got these people, these long, straight hair ponytails, talking about that's where we were the original Native American. And when I look at us today, we don't look nothing like those people. We are the original Aboriginal people of the planet. We were here before anybody else.
Come on.
So many African tribes live here. The Nok tribe was here. The Olmec was not only in South America, the Olmec was in North America. You had the Moors here. You had West Africans here. As a matter of fact, they have records showing that the Zulu came here. Everybody been here. We're the original people. I want my land back.
Yes, sir.
Like Bubba told Fred on the show, I want my daddy records.
Right.
The records to the earth belong to me. Isn't that right? We are the original people. We're God's people. But here's the thing, brothers and sisters, and this is where we're messing up. And I say this all the time too. We're waiting on God and the God is waiting on us. That's our problem. We are docile, and the God is looking at us like, what's wrong with you people? Why are you waiting on me when Yahshua said the power is where? Already in you. So we got the power. So why aren't we using it? Because somebody taught us to be a powerless people. And now, brothers and sisters, we are dying. So it's time for us to wake up. There's a conspiracy going on. And the conspiracy is to keep us, as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, deaf, dumb, and blind. And if they're deaf, they cannot hear. If they're blind, they cannot see. And if they're dumb, cannot speak. Isn't that right? So brothers and sisters, we have to get this thing together. So God is waiting for us to reward them back. And I want to thank Queen Hassana, because in my message sometimes you get to rolling. The Creator said, I love Jacob and I hated Esau. Thank you, because I want to make sure that's correct, because I want the Hebrew Israelites. Brother, you love the Edomites. But we got to educate them, because Edom wasn't a white man.
That's right.
Edom was a black man.
Yes,
I don't know where they get that ideology from. But Edom was also a black man. And the Creator tells us in the book, be careful how we treat the Kemites and the Edomites, talking to Israel. He said, because they are what? Your brethren. So we thank the God, brothers and sisters. He had the spirits in the African Nation House of Worship. We take no prisoners. So we want you to understand, as Brother Tabiti has given it to us, we now use it. Ashe, brother, Asante, we are blackologists.
Right, blackology.
Don't bring no white folks in here.
that's
Don't come in here with their children, talking about you babysitting, because the child might come up missing. Because as the child sit, they in here, I'm going to be looking at that child thinking about the black children that went missing. And I'm going to have to call you to the side, brother. Come here, let me speak to you. You know you're going home without your child tonight, right? Huh? Retribution tonight. Tell his mama he ran away. Isn't that right?
That's right.
I love playing, but I mean it. My ancestors' blood is crying from the ground.
yes, it is.
I hear my ancestors cry every day.
Yes.
I remember my mother and my father struggled every day. I remember the abuse they went through. I remember what me and my wife go through. I remember what you go through. I watch my people every day and I see the suffering
Yes.
that we go through, and I'm ready for some retribution.
Let's get it.
So like James Brown said, it's time for the big payback. Brother Tabiti.
All right, thank you.
Ashe.